So, hi everyone, this is Raja. So, this is our second trade breakdown video, and this trade was taken in GBP on 7th of July. So, let's get into the video. So, here, when you are seeing in the weekly time frame, you can see this is a valid OB. This is a valid weekly OB since it has taken support from this weekly FPG, and we also see this huge upclose candle which confirms this as a valid weekly OB. Okay, so after price tapping to this weekly OB, we can see mild pullback here. This pullback in weekly time frame. So we can say that it has respected this weekly OB. Okay, then again, while going down into daily time frame, we can see how it has tapped this weekly OB. So as soon as price has tapped this weekly OB, ideally it should not allow the price to form this daily CB. But here the daily CB has formed, which not only confirms the possible mild pullback but also the bearish bias in daily time frame. Okay, and this down move has happened because of one main factor, that is nothing but previous month high. So this down move has happened after sweeping this previous month high. So we can assume that price can see a mild rejection or at least till this low after tapping this daily CB. So this was our game plan. So as soon as price tapped this daily FEG, we need to look for any confirmation in lower time frame. Say for example, this is a daily CB, right? So we'll be assuming or we'll be aiming for 1 hour CSG confirmation, and then we can look for shorts only till this low or max to the max this low. As soon as price has tapped this low, we need to be in sidelines because our contest area has been ended and we need to wait for new contest area to be formed. Okay, so this is what our game plan is. So we marked this daily FEG and we were waiting for the price to tap into it. Wait a minute. Where is daily FEG? Yeah, here it is. So after marking this daily FEG, we were waiting for the price to tap into it. So I'm just splitting the screen now. This is 1 hour and this is daily. And one more thing we need to look into it is we are actually adding the market structure template actively in our recent analysis onwards. So this is our visible swing low, which has collected these liquidity, and this is the visible swing high because it has swept to the previous month high. So I would say this has a valid market structure or valid dealing range within which price is currently located inside. So when you look into it, we can see this weekly OB currently residing with the 0.5 level. And again, this swing low is overlapping with the 0.5 level. So we were a little bit more confident for the price to reach back again to this 0.5 level to poke deeper into these levels, into these crucial OTE levels for the healthy pullback, and it can either can go down, say go up, or it can poke deeper and it can also stick the liquidity. So that is not in our hands. As of now, we need to predict what is the next possible move that can occur in this price within this dealing range. Okay, so when analyzing in that way, it is more oriented towards bearish bias. So that is what we have planned. And as usual, we are waiting for the price to tap into this daily FPG and 1 hour CLG. Okay, so price was going above, and you can see price has tapped this daily FPG, and we can see mild rejection here. And this was a drastic fall. And yeah, we can consider this as a valid CSD. Okay, so if we have taken this entry, first of all, it hasn't given any entry itself, so it has gone down aggressively. So since these candles has closed with this candle also, we need to now shift our CSD block to here. And had if this has been considered, we would have taken this entry, TP here and target here, but we haven't took that entry. I will come to that part later. But I'm just explaining the system what we are following daily. So price has spoken into it, and what you can see here, the price has consolidated like anything here. But once price has moved, gave a this much bigger move downwards, we immediately went to 4 hours to see what price has done in 4 hours. Okay, so when you are looking into it, after price tapping into this daily FEG, instead of 1 hour CSG, the price has given us the 4 hour CSG itself. Okay, so this is our 4 hour CSG candle, and these two candles subsequently closed below this upward candle, and this entire green candle can be considered as a CSG candle, 4 hour CSG candle. So ideally, as per our system, we will be looking for confirmation for 1 hour CSG. But in our case, we got confirmation in 4 hour itself. That is nothing but 4 hour CSG itself. So what we can consider is we can even place a limit order here and place SL here, and we can confidently or comfortably aim for these swing lows, which is easy 1:2. But in our case, myself and Karthi, we missed to notice this entry itself. Okay, and we were waiting patiently for the price to give some, what can I say, extra confirmation for the price to take an entry. So while we were discussing, we accidentally noted this CSG. That is nothing but this is our first CSG, right? This is our first 4 hour bearish OB, and the price tapped this 4 hour bearish OB, and it has formed next bearish OB. So while we were discussing, we suddenly noticed this bearish OB, and instead of waiting for the price to come to these extreme levels, we immediately noted this price action and we placed our limit order here, this 4 hour bearish OB. And we were confident that this high was protected, because if you are just tracking the price action, you can see price has first formed this 4 hour bearish OB, it has spoken into it, and it has formed next bearish OB. So the order flow has set a tone for bearish view, and every high should be protected until our weekly down liquidity has been reached. Okay, so in that case, instead of placing our SL to this extreme high, we placed our SL to this high, because it has respected the previous leg and it has formed the next leg. So, as per our Arjo's concept, what we used to say is whenever price is forming the next leg, the subsequent highs or the swing highs which has formed in that leg should be a protected one. So, instead of keeping our SL here and wasting our RR, we just kept our SL here and we just easily aimed at this swing low. First, we aimed at this swing low, which is easy 1:2, and then we aim for this low. Okay, but the another interesting thing happened here. Okay, we placed the limit order here and it was yet to be triggered, and we were waiting for the price to come back to our limit order level. Okay, so see what is happening now. It got triggered now. Okay, our limit order got triggered, and we can see the massive pullback, massive rejection here, which confirms our key level is a high probability one. So, whenever to check the validity of a key level as a high probability or low probability one, we need to see immediate rejection whenever price taps our key level. When we see immediate rejection after price tapping our key level, it confirms that the large chunk of orders has been resting in our key level, and as soon as price has tapped into it, it got executed and it has been shown with this massive rejection. Okay, so this considers or this confirms that okay, we have entered at the right key level, but still it is a probability. But this is like a visual confirmation. So the large institutions or big firms, they will be having second level data or tertiary level data. So they will be having the depth of market or the most sophisticated instruments which will show the live orders which are placed at different levels. But we don't have that much kind of sophistication, and that is not that is also not needed for our case, because we are just going to trade with the price and the price action which is happening in candles. That's all. So again, I'm saying the institutions cannot hide anything which are obviously seen in hidden side. Okay, here everything is visible here. We don't want to chase for more sophisticated or complicated instruments. Just to trade with what you can see in your bare eyes. Okay, so here you can see this rejection, and this confirms the validity of our key level. So the order got tagged and we were in a position confidently. But the interesting part comes now. See here, price starts to consolidate here, and again price is coming above, and see what happened now. It has formed a BC here. This BC created a suspicion for us, because when you say the price has tapped this weekly OB, and it has formed a 4 over BC here, but it was complete mess. It was completely inside a consolidation, and inside this consolidation, this BC has formed. Okay, so this created an element of doubt with us. So myself and Karthi, when we were discussing, he brought a valid point. So, okay, Raja, okay, we have taken an entry here and our SLA is here, fine. But this BC has formed. But we were also discussing what are all the possible factors which could rule out our TP or SL. So while we were discussing, we just went deeper and we were just looking for the reason for this BC formation. At that point, while we were just brainstorming, we saw that this BC was formed even without tapping this weekly bullish order. Okay, I can accept that this has been tapped already, but again it has coming down deeper. And while coming down, you can see the order product. This CB has been respected, and next CB has formed, and it is also currently respecting that. So I will accept this BC if Hadif has swept this low, and if this BC has been formed, then I will accept. Okay, it has collected the valid liquidity which are resting below, and then it has formed this BC. But this BC has formed nowhere. You can say that okay, this swing low has been swept and this BC has formed, but still I will say after sweeping this CB, it is still in bearish stance. Okay, so we were little bit still favoring to bearish bias. So we were sitting intact without taking any action, and our limit orders was accumulating, and we were facing some mild drawdown. Okay, but after this candle closing below with nice rejection, then it confirmed. Okay, price has coming down aggressively, and that is how we cleanly took out 1:2.5 trade. But I made a mistake. As soon as I saw this BC here, I, out of curiosity or out of some, what can I say, that the behavioral instinct, I just squared off partials in my trade book. I will show it in some time. But this was the trade idea which we were discussing during our live analysis. Okay, so as expected, price has neatly took out this swing low, and it has respected all our key levels, and it was a clean trade. So this was the background analysis which we did during our GBP trade, and this was our stats. You can see it here. This is my 100K account, sorry, 10K account, and you can see it here. This was my trade book, and you can see this 0.05 lots has been took out at the $2.7, right? This was a partial close. Just now I told you. When I saw this BC has formed, I just got doubtful and I immediately booked some partials to mitigate the losses. But okay, had it not been done, then it would have been an easy $50 plus. So easily it would have been a $200 trade, but nothing less. You see, everything is just numerical. At the end of the day, we need to follow the system, and after following the system, you need to understand or learn from it. That's all. So this is what we did for GBP trade, and I hope this will find it useful for you. And if you are getting any doubts or if you are finding anything not clear in my explanation, just let me know in my comments, and I will look into it and I will try to clarify in my upcoming videos. So thank you.